Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading's going to be for Gemini for April of 2017. What I've done for us is I've pulled 4 cards for the month, and I'm going to use the bottom card for an overall view of the month. And I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they're going to blend in and out throughout the month for us, because that's the way I figure it works for me. But anyhow, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern, and I will speak as if I'm you during the reading. So now all of us are Geminis named Frankie for the time of this reading. Now we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. And I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us for the month, and it's in our 11th house, and that's like your hopes and wishes, all of your friends and relation or acquaintances, all of your relationships like that are not as emotional or whatever, humanitarian activities and all income from your business. And it said, I believe things that we don't have control over, things that are outside of our control. I'm not an astrologer, but I go look at Veroush, Veroosh. She tells about the astrology, and she does it in a simplified manner that I can kind of understand. So if any of you are interested more in the astrology viewpoint, you can go over there and look at it. And she also lays cards with it. It's a very nice reading. Now we have some words for us, and they're acceptance, right? And clarity, purification, and truth. And then there's like, if we can do this, is how it feels, we can expand. Maybe because these are general readings, it's going to fall in different areas of our lives for different ones of us. So I'd advise you to look at your moon sign and rising sign to get a better all view of the month. Our first card on the bottom of the deck for the overall view of the month is the Six of Cups. And that's kind of an interesting card, Gemini. I'm looking over my past, right, with these fond memories. Now, I know not all of us have fond memories of our past, but actually, when we get this card for the overall view of it, there is something that I left, is how it feels. I left in the past, like a portion of me that I may have left in the past that I need to bring in, that's going to expand my future. That's how the card is feeling or reading to me this month. So maybe some of us are going to say, but I had a miserable past and a lousy, crappy childhood, right? There's always something, Gemini, when we go within and look, even if it's on the outside of the situation. So the only example I can give is right now that's popping in my head is I'm at the family barbecue and all the food is good, and I just get my mouth full of hamburger and my father's yelling at me. Like, didn't you get that for your cousin first? So instead of remembering how good that burger tastes, or soy burger, or however you're going to go about this, I'm remembering I got yelled at instead. So there's something always, no matter how bad our past is, that grew us or allowed us to accept the person that we are right now, right? And it's a good quality because they're saying it's going to expand our future. So look into our past to find this peace, or that will, I don't know, it's got like going to improve the overall general circumstances of my today, right? And to bring that little piece back, not all of the past, but the pieces that were good, that I tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater thing, is what they're saying. So, you know, I don't know, that card's really strong. It's like I have something. I'm going to repeat it. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but it's like I have something in my past that can help me expand my future. And they said it to me again, so I'm going to say that to us because it's something critical or something needed that we can draw on from back there. So remember, all those tears are already cried. They're behind us. Now we need that, maybe that survival skill or that ability to get past it, to go forward in the future, to make it better, whether it's our career or our emotional, relationships or even family, friend relationships, because they are 11th house. Because our first card is the death card. And no, that does not mean we're dying, Gemini. It means that we are changing something. So with this Six of Cups here, we're changing something or bringing something from our past. This is when we go internal and there's something about ourselves that we are going to transform, and they're saying it's a truth, it's going to expand our future, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it's something we don't want in our life, we're going to change it, adapt it, and alter it, and it's going to be real cut and dry. Remember, we are air signs. We are the ones with the sword. If we don't want it there, and we want it to transform, we will transform it this month with this death card. And they said that those crying of the tears, like purification, all right, of what am I losing or what's lost or whatever. With this white rose here, it always means to me innocence and restarting, beginning the journey with the pieces, because of the way Spirit was putting it to us, with the pieces of ourselves that are now appropriate, okay? But in order to get to truth, in order to get to acceptance and that clarity of thought, we have this Four of Swords to help us, which is a reprieve period. So if you think about how horrible the Three of Swords is, like the stab in the heart and the three swords going through, maybe some of us have went through a crisis time, and maybe it was at work, maybe it's in one of our relationships, that we have to really reevaluate. When we get this card, it shows us that yes, we can reevaluate. We're going to take the time, lay down the swords, take that which we need to put together those past pieces, right, that are floating out there that maybe we lost, we need to pick back up in order to get that clarity and acceptance and movement forward. But this is an internal card. He has these four swords up here. He has his little helmet down over his face, so his eyes are closed. He's not afraid. He's not on guard, right? And he's not fighting. All of his swords are at rest. So he's hung them up on the wall, and they are at rest. He's going within. He is taking, even if he has to force it, he's taking that time to recoup, to learn, to restructure, to reorganize with that death card, and to really think about what he wants the future to look like. And that's what Spirit's asking us to do, right? So we would really do well with this to stay out of any arguments or fights, right? And to do what it is that we need to do for our own selves to better our future, to expand our future. But this is for our own selves, right? Take the time. Think about it. Gemini, think about it. Is it a bad relationship that I'm in that I have to just perhaps cut off? And now is the time, right? Was there good things in that relationship, that I really remember and I loved, but they're no longer suitable? Is this a career? Is this a job? Or is this a friendship even, Gemini, that was working for me for a long time, right? It just doesn't anymore. Maybe it's something that I need to remove from my life. They're asking us to go within, right? they're telling us we have to. So don't do more than you can. Do not do more than you can with this card. Don't push it. Take the time. That's like close the blinds, shut the doors, don't answer the phone, and think things over first. Think things over first. Now, they're showing us here there could be, a little bit of, whoops, disruption here. All right, I feel that quite a bit for all of the signs this month. It's like we're doing this, an up and down thing where we have to pay attention. Things are good, and then they're a little crazy, and then they're good. And it feels very strongly like that. The whole energetics, the vibration that's coming at me, and that feels like a truth, the truth, that word truth for us. So the next card we have here is the Five of Pentacles. And that can be a card of maybe we're going to suffer financially or suffer emotionally in some way, but they're being as the card is here, it's showing us like watch your pennies, keep your eyes on the prize, Gemini. Is somebody or something draining it from you? Or, do you have to relook over these situations? Or is there something we have to accept? Maybe it's just a simple thing. This is, my money's tight this month, and this is what I want to do in the future. So I'm watching it, right? Or maybe the bank loan I wanted didn't quite go through. So when I see this card, I always think have a second game plan. Gemini will have another game plan. Maybe we applied to 2 banks and the other one went through. Very simple. Always remembering there's light behind these 2 people, and generally they think of this as a church or something that's going to help us. Maybe it's a promotion at our job, that's going to clear the path for us for the future. But we can always turn around and walk through that door. Always keep that in mind, Gemini. So it's not a card of destitution. To me, it is a card of, I almost want to say second chances, but to me it's a card of if the first way doesn't work, take the second. Turn around, look behind us, and always have an alternative plan. And we're Geminis. We are so creative. We always got an alternative plan going on in our minds because they're always expanding and trying to get to the next step and the next step, right? We are expansion, unlimited. And this is showing me that there's things that we really want because our next card, and that we're going to have them even with a little glitch, right? So our next card is the Eight of Rods or Eight of Wands, whatever you want to call it. And this is me going towards my goal, and I will meet it. So I've shot all of my little rods up and wands into the air, right? And they're going directly to their goal in fast motion. But how do I know what the goal is if I didn't take the time to sit down and sit with it and find out what I needed out of the past to hit this goal, right? So that's partially our acceptance. That's our clarity of thought. But this shows me that the thoughts that I've sent forward are reaching their destination, they're reaching their goal, they have been communicated wisely, so it shows me that I've done whatever this work is, and this is my result. I get that which it is that I want. So if it's like job or whatever related, you'd want to let people know this is my objective, because that would be the goal oriented. If it's relationship related, and it's not a great time, and this is my goal, this is where the relationship has to go in order for me to stay in it, right? This is fast motion. This is no meddle and messing around, like, I don't know, dragging my feet type deal. Because I'm doing this transformation, I am doing this rest period where I get internal spiritual communication, gives me clarity of thought. This is where I'm expanding my future, and it'll be like, well, if you don't want to go for the ride, buddy, just jump off the horse because I'm leaving. if you think about it like that. If it's, my goal is to bring back something from the past that was good in my relationship. I've set this goal. I went internally. If this is my marriage partnership, my boyfriend, girlfriend, or friendships, look, this is what we have to do to keep it, to keep it together. What happened to that little bit that we used to do that we lost? That's how it's going to feel this month. But it feels so good and it feels fast. So if there's any glitches, like little things, just remember, don't ignore the people that are worthwhile in your life. Don't get temperamental, or I'm just doing it my way or whatever. Look for those pieces so that we can expand the future, because that's the truth of it. And the truth of it is fast motion is forward motion, clarity of thought, which gives us this time to play, so we could be coming, going, doing all kinds of different things. Maybe making plans for, like we picked up our relationship and it got better and we're going on a trip together. Or I dumped him and there's a new he or she coming in and it got better and I'm going. Or I applied for that new job. Or there's recognition at my work. The goal's been met, right? I've shot those arrows with those ones up in the air and I'm getting it. I'm getting what I want. So don't take on more than you can take on, for sure, with this Four of Swords here and the Death card together. You wouldn't want to take them both on, because it could, if it's more than I can do, or if I'm outputting too much and not inputting for me, I can get this Five of Pentacles card here too. Keep that all in mind. Accept the pieces that were good in the past and really, literally, expand the future. They're saying that's the truth of it. So I think if we watch our P's and Q's, is that how they say it? We're going on forward motion pretty rapidly this month. So if this is career, think of it in that term, because these are general readings. This is relationship oriented, think of it in that term. If I'm saving money with this Five of Pentacles and I'm trying to squeeze together enough to maybe do an entrepreneurial thing, I have enough of that knowledge or that back stuff that I'm going to need from the past to bring it into the future and bring this forward for me. All right, Gemini, let's see what these angels have to say. Here we go. We did get play. It says innocence. Innocence. And they keep saying truth. That's a beautiful card. I don't know if I can get the glare off of it for you, Gemini. But it says, beloved one, everyone is guiltless and truth. That's this card, why it's coming, and our death card to us. It says, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten the load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. And I'm going to say accept, if we're moving forward from this past, accept and take the things that were good, and bring those forward. Let's see, where is our alternative meanings here? Well, it should be here, but I can't quite seem to get to it. It says, this card comes as a reassurance that this situation and the people involved in it are guiltless. If you've been harboring guilt, release it to the angels. Of all the emotions, guilt has the lowest of vibrations, and we all know that, Gemini. So it attracts negativity. It can attract this Five of Pentacles to us, and that we just don't need. If you're judging others' guilt, this card reminds you to see the godliness within them and to heal the situation. You don't necessarily, like they said to you, you don't necessarily have to continue a relationship with anyone you distrust. However, it's necessary to purge the toxic thoughts and emotions for your own well-being. And that will be our Four of Swords. It says the angels asked you to consider that any misunderstandings were innocent mistakes. Maybe that is part of this that we're looking for the clarity and the truth of, so that we can accept. It says the additional meanings are: see the other person's point of view, forgive yourself, and release any regrets. An argument you have may be based on a misunderstanding. Honor the inner child within yourself and others, and look past the surface illusion and see the underlying spiritual truth of the perfection and the divine order. So when you see these two cards together, what are we going to transform to hit that goal? What are we going to transform to hit that goal, Gemini? And we will do it, because we are Geminis. Well, Gemini, that's our reading for April. I want to tell all of you all thanks for all of your likes and your shares and your subscribes and the comments. I just love the comments, and even though I don't get time to write all of you back every time, I want you to know I read each and every one of them. So, and I really do appreciate that you take the time to do it. And for anyone who just wants to know more about me, all of the information's down below at the website. Or if you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is there at the website. And for all of you I've met through doing these YouTube readings this last year, and all the people that I've met through 28 years of doing this work, I want to tell you, all of you, each and every one of you, thank you. It was an honor and a privilege to serve you, and I really like my job. I have a good one. Alrighty guys, hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.